Let's talk about swelling in your legs or ankles. First of all, this is one of the top reasons why people go to see their doctor. There's so many different causes for that. But today I want to dive into something that most doctors don't even consider, which is just simply collagen. So in this video, I am going to share with you 5 foods that are rich in collagen that you must eat today if you have swelling in your joints or your legs. Let's dive right in. Number 1 is bone broth. Now, you probably heard about bone broth. If not, it's very popular now. But what is bone broth? It's basically taking all the bones from an animal, usually like a chicken or beef or some sort of fish, and they boil it for hours and hours and hours, sometimes even days, to extract all the goodness out of those bones. And what's in there? Mostly collagen and other things called amino acids, which building blocks of protein that also help heal the gut, that can help reduce inflammation. A lot of times when we think about soup, we think about liquids, but actually bone broth has a lot of solids in there too. So you're getting a lot of collagen. You're getting a lot of these amino acids and other minerals and things like that. That's why they call it broth. But bone broth is so powerful. There was a recent study done where they took a bunch of athletes and they had them drink bone broth for a month. And what they found was that their recovery time after working out was much faster, and their injuries healed quicker than normal. And how could this be? Well, it's because bone broth is high in collagen. It's high in amino acids. These are the building blocks of our connective tissue, of our tendons, of our ligaments, of our cartilage. And so, number 1 food you want to add today to help reduce that swelling is bone broth. And you may say, well, Doc, I don't know where to get that. Well, you can go online and buy it in a box. It comes in a box. It comes in a liquid. You can freeze it. You can put it in your refrigerator. You can warm it up and drink it down. And you really should have about 8 ounces a day. You can break open the bag and drink it straight out of the bag. It's kind of gross, but you can do it. Or you can mix it in with some water. You can use your imagination. The point is, you need to start consuming bone broth today. The second food that's high in collagen is eggs. Now, not just any eggs, though. You want to make sure that you get the whole package. So you don't want to get egg whites only. You want to make sure you get the yolk in there as well. Because the white part of the egg, which is mostly protein, can help build muscle, can help build strength. But the yolk contains the fat that helps lubricate your joints. Think about eggs every morning. They're an excellent source of collagen. In fact, if you take 2 large eggs, you're getting 3 grams of collagen per serving. Number 3 is citrus fruits. When I say citrus fruits, I mean oranges, I mean limes, I mean lemons. I'm talking about grapefruit. I'm talking about tangerines. All these citrus fruits contain bioflavonoids that help strengthen your capillaries and your veins. Why is this important? Because sometimes swelling happens because we have leaky veins, we have leaky capillaries. And so, what ends up happening is fluid leaks out of the vein, it leaks out of the capillary, and it stays in the tissue instead of circulating throughout your body. Well, guess what? Citrus fruits come in and save the day because they help strengthen those leaky vessels so that fluid stays where it needs to stay, inside your blood vessels, and doesn't leak out into your tissue. Number 4 is garlic. Garlic contains something called allicin, and allicin has been shown in several studies to improve circulation. And if you improve circulation, what happens? Well, you improve circulation and you move the fluid. So garlic is a great natural way to thin your blood. Plus, it has a lot of anti-inflammatory properties. So when you think about adding garlic to your diet, think about adding it to stir-fries, adding it to soups, stews, anything to give it a little bit of zest. I highly recommend that you start eating more garlic. And the last one is horse chestnut. What in the world is that? It's a fruit. It's typically used in Europe to help reduce swelling in the legs. In fact, I had a patient that came to me years ago. He had terrible swelling in his legs. He had heart problems, liver problems. he was on a bunch of medications. And one day, he said, "You know what? I just stopped taking all my meds." I went out and I bought some horse chestnut. I started taking it, and my swelling went away. Was it the horse chestnut? Who knows? But what we do know is that there's quite a few studies showing that horse chestnut can reduce swelling in your legs. In fact, it can improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and it's very good for spider veins as well. So if you suffer from spider veins, horse chestnut might be a good remedy for you. Now, let me leave you with this. There's many different causes for swelling in your legs, okay? And I'm not addressing all of them in this video. This video is specifically addressing the idea of swelling due to poor nutrition, due to low collagen, due to poor protein in your diet. But there's so many other causes. For example, there could be a liver issue. There could be a kidney issue. There could be a medication side effect. There could be a hormone imbalance, especially with women, especially after menopause. There could be a vitamin D deficiency. There could be so many different causes. So this video is not addressing all those, but it's addressing the main ones. Now, the question is, what if I consume all these foods? I drink my bone broth, I eat my eggs every morning, I consume citrus fruits, I eat garlic, and I take my horse chestnut. What else can I do to boost my collagen? Well, here's the thing. There's really no magic pill out there that's going to give you collagen. In fact, if you look at all these pills, all these powders, all these capsules that say they'll boost your collagen, you look at the ingredient, it's usually one of these 5 ingredients, okay? So you can get collagen powder, you can get collagen capsules, but why not just eat real food? Why not eat the things that nature intended for us to eat? We weren't intended to eat pills. We weren't intended to eat synthetic vitamins. We were intended to eat real food. So the best way to boost your collagen is to eat real food. And the 5 foods I shared with you today have a lot of collagen. But there's other things in there too. There's anti-inflammatories. There's other nutrients that will also support your overall health. So remember, if you suffer from swelling in your legs, definitely check out these 5 foods. Definitely start incorporating them into your diet. And then keep following for more tips and tricks on how to naturally heal your body. Swelling goes away. And remember, you're awesome. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.